So, Jonathan, Stuart Broad has been right at the heart of the drama and controversy since he refused to walk at Trent Bridge.
Yeah, it seems a long time ago, all of that, doesn't it? When he stood there for that rather obvious catch, I thought. And I suppose a lot was made of that. I mean, inevitably the England team rather closed ranks around him and supported him for not having walked. I mean, it's a crucial innings in the end. But, those of us who've been around a while, I think, just thought that, there are limits, I think, in cricket as to where you do draw the line and where you walk and where you don't. A lot of people don't walk at all. But I think anyone who plays club cricket understands that there is a kind of a line. So that's why he and I didn't fall out, but it's been a bit feisty over the last few weeks. Bit of messaging, and so on. I've known Stuart since he was a kid, so I've always kept a little bit of not a fatherly eye, but I've always just felt, really to sort of look after Stuart, to watch him. He's a brilliant cricketer. He's very competitive, fiercely so, and sometimes that can just spill over a little bit, positively, obviously, like yesterday as well.
Well, you interviewed him last night, but do you feel now, after what he achieved yesterday and the dramatic way he took those wickets, that, that really has outshone what happened at Trent Bridge that time?
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's paid to bowl predominantly and to win matches. And that game yesterday was nip and tuck. I mean, it really was. At tea, with Australia 120 for 1, David Warner playing very well. I mean, it looked as if England, for the second time actually in the game, could lose. And Stuart does this. There's something about him, and I was talking to the coach today about it, and Alistair Cook last night. When he gets on a roll, when he's going, whether it's a sort of fierce streak of his, he can blow teams apart. I mean, he's done it before. And last night, I tell you, he bowled quickly. He bowled 90 miles an hour plus, which is something that he doesn't often do. Brilliant length. But it is just something that he has, this competitive streak. That drives him on, and I mean it was fantastic. 6 for 20 or 40 odd balls. I mean it was brilliant. It really was. The place, I mean, the full house at Durham was ticking, as you can imagine.
How does he do that though? To take 11 wickets in a day and 6 so quickly, what has he got that wills him on to do that?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it is that real competitive urge. They say that sometimes can just go over. It's like his dad, who's probably watching this, but he had a bit of a history at times for that. And Stuart is very competitive, and you have to be to get to the top. And I just hope that one day, and that's why I sort of keep this slight eye on Stuart, I would really like him to be seriously considered for the next England captain. It probably won't be 4 or 5 years until that happens. He'll then be early 30s. And I just think he'd be a brilliant captain, because he's such a good leader. But at times, therefore, he just has to, if he wants to be, perhaps he doesn't want to be, but if he does, just keep a little eye sometimes on what he's up to.
He's 27 now. Do you think he's come of age in this Ashes enough to perhaps be England captain?
Well, I think he has. Yes, I really do think that he has. With the bat too. He'd lost his way rather in the winter with his batting. But he's scoring runs again, and he's a beautiful batsman. Left-handed, tall. Even Sir Geoffrey Boycott likens him to Gary Sobers. So that is a compliment. That is a compliment. So he has come of age, absolutely, and he's a crucial member of the side. And I think part of the aggro over the years, when there has been some, has been him not quite knowing that he belonged, and not having the confidence in his place in the side. But there's no question about that anymore.
So are England now odds on for a 4-0 win, do you think, at the Oval?
Well, they must be. I can't see anything else. I mean, Australians are in a real mess. They'll be better in Australia. We go there, of course, this winter, and we started all over again. But bear in mind, me, for instance, I've watched 7 Ashes series now, home and away, in which England have barely won a match, let alone a series. So if people are expecting me to show any sympathy at all towards the Australians, then they're not going to find it coming from me.
Agus, thanks very much for coming in.
Pleasure.